sports. It's in the game.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. The crowd is alive, and with good reason. It's the NFL playoffs, the best time of the year, and off we go on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Here's a 2nd and 6. Oh, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Third and 6. Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So it's 4th down, punting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stick with him again. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Back into the hands of his receiver, Hyatt. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a...
And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. His drive will start on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here comes 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And he'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Here's Ethan Evans now. He's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. This brought in out past the 20. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll go right and find his running back.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Giants.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
The extra point is good. And the Giants are out to a 10-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to air this one out, and that is incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll go right back to Laporta.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to the air one more time. A ball deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He's going to look downfield once again. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with the deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Left side, it's caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Next way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. 2nd time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Now they'll run option left to the short side of the field. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down.
I be on my
Receiver in motion, going right. And looked like he may have had a lane, but the defense shut it down quickly. He did not get in. It'll be second down.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the goal line and in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Giants.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. His throw left side is complete. First grab of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He picks up the first down with that one.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Now he'll air one out. That is brought in. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So it is halftime here in the NFC Wild Card matchup as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically. It's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Who survives? Whose season continues on to next week? One half to decide it. Time for the third quarter of the NFC wildcard game. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Back to throw here to begin the drive. To the right side here, pass is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Sending a receiver right. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. 13 yards on the catch there. First down, Giants.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing now from the gun. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12.
At their own 12-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a run going left. And they will finally get him down, but not before he's able to take this up near the 40-yard line.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. The Lions call their first timeout.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball's over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll look to throw yet again. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Back to throw. is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now a run on first down. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They face second down and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
So 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. He'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On first down, they'll run the option to the left. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
They'll look to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front. And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush, having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner. They're able to stop him short of the first down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants open it up a bit further. They now lead 20-0.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. He'll turn and hand this one off. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A throw on the run is complete. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you?
In trouble, and down he goes. Avon Thibodeau, former 5th overall pick, in there to drop him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Going for it all. He's got it! And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
To the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
Third and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross. And the Giants are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
One of the tight ends motions right. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Off to the races. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 99 yards. Touchdown, New York. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The extra point, up and good. And the Giants able to add on. It is now 27-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He'll drop to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Quick throw, taken in, and that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Lions first down.
Back to the air one more time. That's a short one caught by Laporta.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
They'll try to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Lions.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Taking off, and the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So it's a win for the men in blue. The Giants get it done. They are moving on in these playoffs. They won't have a long time to celebrate this one. They have to get right back to work for the divisional round. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.